All right, I see some people joining the room. Thank you for being early. I always love it when everyone comes a bit earlier so you can settle in before we begin. So grab your tea or your water, get a bit comfortable so you can enjoy today's session. We are just going to wait for other team members to also join this webinar today. So just relax before we begin. Okay. I also want everybody to check if you can open up the chat. You have the chat function there. Let me set up that setting. There you go. I think you can respond in the chat function. And while we're waiting, let's maybe hear where everyone is logging in from. So maybe write into the chat for me where you are logging in from. Okay, I see Jared Kruger is here. So he's actually going to also be hosting today. Here we go. All right. For those that have just joined, please let us know where you are logging in from. Let's see. I'm logging in from Cape Town. On our side, we've also got Gina from Cape Town. Palesa from Centurion. I was actually born in Centurion, Palesa. All right. Durban. We've got Pretoria. Amazing. So lovely how we can connect this way, hey? Be able to connect online and be able to see people from different parts of South Africa, maybe even Africa. Let me just see if I can set up Jared. Just give me a second.
Cool, thank you.
There we go. Perfect. There we go. Welcome, Jared, everybody. Okay. So we have a few people from Gauteng. We've got some from KZN already and from Cape Town. So if you have just joined, please let us know where you are logging in from. Okay. We still have a bit of time, Jared. So let's give everyone some time to relax and set up for our session today.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Same. It's going to be so lovely to get to know the entrepreneurs that we have at this time of the year.
Yeah, I see we've got definitely some representation from almost all of South Africa. Those of you who haven't yet let us know where you are, please do jump on the chat and let us know where it is you are. I'm sure there's going to be some people sitting outside of South Africa today, I wonder. And then also just make sure that in your chat, guys, just change the settings so that you're chatting to everyone, not just the host and the panelist, so that we can see everybody's conversation today. And I encourage you to keep that conversation going. The chat it's not like a normal classroom. You can keep on chattering away as much as you like, as long as you're doing it in the chat function. Cool. I see one or two still need to just update, just change your drop down so that your chat is to everyone and not just hosts and panelists. And then I've got one person here whose name is Zoom user, and I know he's not, or she is not a Zoom, his name is not Zoom or surname user. It would be great if you could just update your name. I think it's pretty easy. You just go hover above your own name there, and you should get 3 little dots, and then you can press that, and then you can change your name. And that goes for anybody else who'd like to update their name if it's not representing accurately. And then, please definitely jump on the chat and let us know where in the world you're sitting today. That'd be great. Simon, welcome. Good to have our coach with us. Simon, perhaps Tanya, we can promote to Simon so we can see her, or at least hear her if we need to. How are we feeling about kicking off? And let's give it another half a minute, and then we can get the show on the road. All right, so we've definitely got the Eastern Cape here. We've got the Free State. We have Gauteng. Yeah, we go. I told you we'd have somebody from outside of South Africa. There we go, Lesotho. Okay. Fantastic. KZN is represented. Excellent. Okay. If you haven't yet jumped onto the chat, I do seriously encourage you to do so. I really would like everybody to have the opportunity to engage with us throughout the session. It's very important for us that this is a relaxed atmosphere. So what I want to do now is just ask everybody. I know it's a Monday. You guys are probably feeling super excited by this week, or maybe just a bit daunted or a bit sort of apprehensive. But I'd love you to give me one adjective that describes how you are feeling right now. And I want it to be honest. So the first word that comes to mind that describes how you're feeling right now, and then I'd like you to pop that into the chat. So whatever that word is describing how you are, what you are feeling, it's just one word. So whatever pops into your mind, don't let it, don't try and curate it too much. Just pop it down there and let's get a sense of everybody's initial feelings so far. Good, good. And I want everyone who is joining us for today's session to pop down their adjective to describe them. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. As you may have noticed, the session is being recorded. The main reason for this is that all of our live sessions that we will be running, and there's a handful of them through the program, they are not mandatory for anybody to join, because the point of this program is that you are able to do it flexibly at your, during your schedule during the week. So you can mold this thing to fit you. And so this session, those people that are unable to be at this session are going to be able to view it at a time that suits them this week. So I just wanted to bring attention to that. And then I guess the next step is to actually get going. So if you haven't yet put your word down, throw it in there. Let's see it in the chat, your adjective to describe you. And then those people that do start joining us, there may be a few latecomers. Let's just welcome them as they arrive, and I'm sure they will catch up very easily. So as you can see, there are three panelists. Myself, Jared, and I'm the head of education here at Startup School. Then you've got Tanya Gill and Simone Stellenboom. Tanya is our incredible course coordinator, but more than that is our senior coach. She's a very, very accomplished entrepreneurship coach, and we are always super excited to have her walking alongside you guys. And then Simone Stellenboom is also one of our main coaches and is an incredible wealth of experience, particularly as it relates to finance and startup finance and budgeting, et cetera, et cetera. So you will see these two amazing human beings throughout the program, as well as myself, as you join us. So let's get going. Welcome. And I just want to say a huge, huge congratulations for making it onto the program. Startup School, as you well know, is an online business education and development organization, and we are determined, 100% determined to strengthen the South African entrepreneurial ecosystem using virtual education and training, which you're about to enjoy. The core program offering, which is the one that you have been successfully enrolled on, is this 12-week online entrepreneurship development program. And we are incredibly, incredibly excited and lucky to have the caliber of entrepreneurs such as yourselves on this course. And we know that this course or this program is going to provide you with a wonderful opportunity to enhance your business plan, to enhance your business, to enhance your operation, but most importantly, to strengthen you as the human, as the entrepreneur in your business. So Startup School has been running for more than 7 years now, and we've had some incredible people through this program. And our alumni is now swelling to well over 3,000 individuals who are mostly successful entrepreneurs right now. So aside from this great content that you're going to get and the learning, you're going to be interacting with these two brilliant coaches that I've introduced to you already, and that's Simone and Tanya. And both are really, really experienced and are going to be a very, very important part of your whole process. So the purpose of today's meetup is just really to connect and to chat through the basics of what you're going to experience with us for the next 12 weeks. What does this program look like? How does it work? What are the rhythms? What what are the expectations? What do we expect of you? And then very importantly, what do you expect of yourself? What do you expect of the program? So we're going to go through a little bit of a kind of a housekeeping thing, some of the rules, some of the way things work, some of how we do things. And then, of course, there's going to be plenty of time for you to ask us questions. Please don't hesitate to ask us any question you have. We really, really want you to feel 100% comfortable and sure of yourselves as you embark on this program. For it to be a success, you need to be willing to make the mistakes. Okay, and part of that means asking silly questions if you need to. But one more time, I'd like to really congratulate you on committing to a program like this. I know how challenging it is to make this step. So well done for taking the step. And I really do want to encourage you to, when you're feeling a little bit down, a little bit tired, a little bit unsure, just keep on going, because I promise you, you will see the results. We know that this impact, the impact of a program such as ours, is significant. So trust us and stay with us. And then the next thing I want to say is, you are exactly where you are meant to be. You really are in the right place. I can promise you that too. So trust that you've made a good decision. Trust that you are in fantastic hands, and trust that this experience is going to add value to you and your business. So I am going to hand over now to Tanya, who's going to lead the rest of the session. I will still be here to do the questions at the end of the session, but I do encourage you to pay close attention to the next few minutes with Tanya as we go through some of the bits and pieces, the nuts and bolts of what it is you're going to experience. So thanks, Tanya. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Jared, and thank you for really speaking about what we are and how we want to be there for the entrepreneurs here. So obviously, Jared's already introduced me as one of your business coaches and the program coordinator here. And I would also like to welcome you and congratulate you all to making it as a startup school entrepreneur. Look at this. And I see actually in the chat there that some of you were saying you're excited and some of you are a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, I see. So I do hope after the session today that you don't feel as anxious and nervous, because really I want you to remind yourselves that this is something for you. You are in charge of your destiny. You are in charge of your own journey. And you're finally dedicating that time for yourself and your development to reach your goals. So like I said, hopefully after we've explained everything a bit better, you'll feel a lot better, but enjoy this process because we don't always get the opportunity to do that. And it's actually not a long time with us. Actually, it's like 12 weeks, maybe about 3 months or so. So really spend that time getting to know yourself as an entrepreneur and getting to know your business. So I'm going to go through some important things that you need to remember and expect from the program. But before we go through all that, I also want to touch on the fact that us at Startup School are here to empower you. We are here to support you. We're not here to test how good you are at being an entrepreneur. We're not going to give you marks on your submissions. It's not what we're about. We're here to help you so that you can feel that you can make your next steps, decide on your steps to improve your business and learn from your mistakes, like Jared mentioned, and know how to find those opportunities in this world that you're in. So one thing that we do really work on in this process is your goals and your objectives. So in light of this, actually, I would love to hear in the chat, really, what is your objective for being here? Why have you chosen the Startup School? So let's hear in the chat quickly. Everybody write something that says why you have joined this program. What is your objective? Let's see. I'll give you some time to write there, obviously. Doesn't have to be long. To grow in my identity as a potential entrepreneur. I love that, Ryan. That's beautiful. Jennifer, to upscale my business. Okay, fantastic. Improve my skills, to improve my strategy. There we go. All right. Create a sustainable income for me and my business partners so that I can employ people in the Eastern Cape. Love that too, Julie. We also really love entrepreneurs here because, I mean, you guys create jobs. All right. To learn more about entrepreneurship and myself. Amazing. Okay. To understand the business concepts. These are some great objectives, everyone. Wow. Okay. So keep that in mind. Write that down for yourself now if you like, and set that as one of your main goals. And then what we're going to do is think about how we can get there. What are the smallest steps that you can take now to actually reach those goals? So that's actually what we're going to be focusing on in this first topic that we've already released to you today. And I'll give you more details on that now, but it's all about thinking about what that goal is and thinking about how you're going to get there. So amazing. And I could see that most of you, like also Jared mentioned, are meant to be here. You're meant to learn how to be the entrepreneur that you want to be. Okay, fantastic. So I won't have time to read everybody's objectives, but you can obviously use the chat and read through others. Maybe you can relate and connect with others there too. But I have another question for you. And I think it was Jessica that mentioned there earlier that she's planning to upscale her business. So it actually made me think about the fact that all of you might be at different phases in your business development. And we're there for you too. No matter where you are, you could be starting your business, you could be operational, but still trying to find your feet. You could be at that space where you are ready to shift the needle and grow your business. So it'd be great to actually hear from you once everyone's finished typing there, where you are at. Do you feel like you are starting your business? Do you feel like you are just in a point of trying to establish your business? Or are you planning to scale your business? So maybe write in a short word there, starting or haven't started yet, trying to establish, and maybe to scale. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So we do have quite a bit of you planning to grow, and those that are still trying to make sure that you follow the path that you need to follow. Beautiful. Okay. So we have a mixed bunch here, and that's fantastic. And that's why I also asked you. We have a network of entrepreneurs that are also in different phases of their business. And you will obviously get access to this network. And it'd be great if you help each other, chat to each other, share your ideas on how you got to where you got to. You know, those that are scaling, ask others that are scaling what they are trying. And we'll show you how to engage in different discussions with each other throughout this process. Okay, fantastic. We've also set up the program in such a way that if you are starting your business, we have topics that are tailored for that. And we also have some topics tailored for if you are scaling your business. Okay, so now let's dive into a little bit more of the technical stuff on the Startup School. All right, but before I dive into that, let's ask another question because I love hearing from you and getting to know you all. But this question is a little bit more to make sure that you are finding your feet, because now you've just gone through the orientation module. So I don't know if you guys have the raise your hand option. If you don't see the raise your hand option on the Zoom call, maybe just say yes. But my question to everyone is, have you logged in to the program? Let's see how many of you have logged into the program. So if you have, raise your hand. Let's see. Okay. Let's let that number go up there. All right. I'm seeing most of you have been able to log in. Beautiful. If you haven't, you can also say no on the chat. Okay. So I'm seeing that you have been able, most of you have been able to log in and you're feeling quite comfortable. But for those, don't worry. That's why we have these sessions. That's why we have an orientation to make sure that you're all set up. So please, if you are struggling to log into the platform, just email us. I'll send my details to you now. Or you can WhatsApp me and we can make sure that you are set up on the program. Okay. So before I dive into all the nuts and bolts here, I just want to share my screen because I have some slides. So you could actually write some notes down for yourself as well. And don't worry, we are recording this session. And whatever I share with you today, it should be in your orientation module as well. All right. So I'm seeing quite a few People have said yes, fantastic. So what is the Startup School program? What are you going to expect from this program? So this is a 12-week online program. Therefore, everything will be online. These 12 weeks will really consist of different activities. You'll have feedback from coaches. You'll get to engage in discussion forums and even have webinar lectures like this one. And we also share plenty and plenty of knowledge. But because this program is online, you can do this program from anywhere and anytime, but you have to be in charge of this journey. You have to have the discipline for yourself to be able to commit to this process. And like I said, it's actually not a long time, and you can definitely do it. So we won't be having classes. I know many of you have maybe mentioned, is there a class today? And there might have been a bit of confusion. We run webinar lectures like this one just to give you a little bit more context on different topics, but we don't have a class each week or every day, etc. So you'll have access to content and you'll submit activities and your coaches will provide feedback on those different activities. But now, just because I said it's going to be online and you can complete it anywhere at any time, there are still deadlines to stick to. You still have to complete this program in the 12 weeks that we've set out for yourself. So we say 12 weeks, but it's actually 13 weeks. You've done the orientation. So now we on those 12 weeks and we in the juicy stuff now. So what I really want to encourage you all to do from this point is to think about, what is it that I can do today to stick to the Startup School process so that doesn't feel overwhelming, so that you can feel like you are able to manage this. And you definitely can. Those entrepreneurs that Jared mentioned, our alumni, they were able to do it. And they were able to practically apply what they've learned within their business. So set that time for yourself. Even if you struggle to stick to that hour of the day, set a cue for yourself. Maybe tell yourself, after making my coffee in the morning, I'll read Startup School for 30 minutes. Set a reminder of some sort. So remember, this is your journey and you should be in charge of it. Okay. So next, I wanted to share what are the actual opportunities and rewards that you can actually gain from doing this program. So firstly, you have opportunities to engage with coaches like us. And we are so looking forward to getting to know you and your business a bit more and really sharing some tools and tips and tricks to really improve your business and reach those goals that you've just mentioned. So the feedback is going to be quite personalized. And it's written feedback. We don't host sessions like this because we obviously want to reach as many entrepreneurs as possible. So we do respond to your submissions and you can also still respond to them. Then you'll have access to the Startup School network, which I spoke about earlier. You'll have lifetime access to the course content. So if you feel like you can't cover everything in a week, that's okay. Because if you've completed, you can always go back to what resonates with you at the time. You'll receive a completion certificate from us, which covers all the modules that you've covered. And you'll have an opportunity to apply for prize funding at the end of this competition. At the end of this program. And then obviously you will definitely, not least, you'll get access to valuable content that we have been working on for over these 7 years, obviously. So then what does the program look like? So here's the 12 weeks, and each week is structured the same way. While I'm going through this, everyone, you're more than welcome to write your questions into the chat. Don't hesitate to write things there. We will have a time to answer your questions in a bit. So first off, each week is got a specific topic. So you'll see already that you've done the orientation. Now you're on topic 1, which is developing an entrepreneurial mindset. Now, the topics are released to you every Monday at 10 a.m. You'll get an email from us telling you it's there. But even if you can't see the email, if you log in, you'll see that new week is there. Next week, Monday, is topic 2, which will be all about your design thinking. So that is how each week is structured. Now, in those weeks, you have submissions. So the deadline for those submissions, for those activities, is the following Monday before midnight. And so you have an entire week to complete your activity. And we've given you Monday just to wrap up a few things, but I really encourage you all to try and submit before Monday so that you could still chat to us or reach out to us if you are struggling with anything. But it's before midnight, so 11:59 p.m. So you'll see in your week this week that you have an activity, which is a document that you submit. and discussing your different strengths and weaknesses and setting your goals. And that is due next Monday before midnight, right? So that's just the structure on how you should do each week. And then after you've submitted, your coaches will have an opportunity to provide their feedback to you. They'll have plus minus a week after the submission deadline date. Unfortunately, we cannot guarantee that you'll get feedback if you do not submit on time. So please do submit on time. And it's also better for you and your experience as well. Maswi, yes, please do submit on Sundays if you need to. I said you can, the deadline date is Monday before midnight, but you could submit today if you wanted to. So you have a whole week to do that. Okay. Then after each, well, that was the structure. So now I just want to go into a bit of detail of what the different topics will be based on those different weeks and how the flow is. So like I've already mentioned, we've done orientation. So the next big milestone that we're all leading into now is the boot camp. So I'm sure you've read somewhere that you have to get through a boot camp in order to complete the program or continue with the course. So the boot camp is really simple. It's really just completing your week 1 and 2 activities. We need to make sure that you're able to handle the different sites and be able to manage your time and be able to submit your activities on time. And it's also something for you to learn if this is something that you can commit to or if there's something that you need at this time. So the boot camp phase is really to figure out your way on the program. And if you don't complete, unfortunately, we'll have to remove you from the program. But we're not going to do that because you're all going to complete the boot camp. But if you are struggling to understand how you can complete the boot camp, you could still reach out to me afterwards as well. So after we've completed, because we all are, we're going to continue with week 3 and 8, which is a number of other topics. The course outline is in your orientation. So I might not go through all of that today because we might not have a bit of time, but I'll show you where to find the course outline and read what it is that you'll be covering in each week. And then after week 8, is something called the stream split. So remember when I asked you all in the chat now where you feel like you're at in your business, you'll let us know and we'll put you into a certain stream which fits the time that you're in terms of your business. Don't worry, you are not missing out on anything if you choose, say, for startup stream over the scaling up stream. You will get access to both after you've completed the program as well. So for those that have chosen startup, you could still go through the scale up content to maybe even learn how to scale eventually after completing this process. Okay. And then obviously after completing the program, you'll receive your completion certificate and potentially get all the rewards that we set out there. And then you could also apply for the prize funding that we've set out there as well. Okay. Before I dive into the dashboard, because I think I'm going to show you a little bit of navigation on the dashboard just now, I actually want to share my contact details with you. So the first is you can email us if you have any inquiries and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. WhatsApp, normally I connect with you on WhatsApp to make sure that you're on track. You could also message me if you're feeling like you're a bit behind in that, but try not let that happen. But remember, communication is key here. So stay in touch with us and what's happening on your side so that we know how to help you and support you. And then you can also reply to your feedback. So if it's any questions around your different activities that you submitted or any questions on the topic specifically, you could also reply to your coach on the feedback that they've given you. How exciting is that? So I see there are questions coming into the room here, but I don't want to get to them too soon. We will have time for that in a bit. Let me just set up, I want to just set up my screen for the dashboard so I can show you that too. Are we all good? Feeling good? Like I said, if you've missed anything, don't worry, we've recorded this and this should all be in your orientation anyway. Just want to make sure that you are seeing the screen there. Okay, fantastic. Always keeping everything open so I can see the chat function going too. So this is your dashboard. And I'm sure many of you have seen it already if you've logged in, like you already said you have. So when you see your dashboard, this mine's a little bit different because I've got access to the alumni setup. So you could even see a little sneak peek at how you'll have it when you are an alumni. You'll basically see your course on the front here. Yours will be named differently. And you can view your course or you can resume from where you were learning. Now, if you do become an alumni, you'll get access to obviously competitions, and you can have a profile set up and everything. So there's something to be excited for. But really, I'm just pointing you to the menu bar here, so that if you ever lost or looking for something, just go here. You should normally find everything that you're looking for there. Some of you have already set your goals, so you can set your goals in the My Goals page. You can see what activities you have coming up or which could be overdue. So whenever you see your activities on your dashboard, they will say that they are due. And if they are overdue, it's time to get back on track, guys. And you could also see any courses, extra courses in that there. So this is straightforward, your dashboard. It looks slightly different on your phone. You'll probably see 3 little lines on your phone. And whenever you click that, you will open up this menu here. You could also see the course outline like that. Okay. Now, when you do click, say, I would click view here if you want to see information about your course. So when you do click view, you get your overview page here, and you see a little bit more about what the program entails. And then when you click course outline, this is what will be covered. And you could see the different weeks that you already have access to here. So if you're ever looking for a week or a topic, go here. You'll find your information there. Now, remember I said to you that each topic is released to you weekly, so you won't get access to all the weeks at once. So you could see here already that your next topic will be released to you next week, Monday. We have all the dates there, and it will open up and look like this eventually, like you have for week 1 now. Okay, you're all still with me? Good. And if you have any questions specifically related to the dashboard, please write them down actually now. Then I can actually maybe even show you at this stage of the webinar too. So write down any questions related to this. If it's not related to the dashboard yet, we will get back to them after. Okay. Then once you click on one of the lessons or you click continue, you'll see your lessons here, and you can read and go through all the different videos that we've shared. And then on your right-hand side, if you are using a desktop, you'll see your lessons here too. Now, remember I said each week has the same structure. So you'll see here, it's all the learnings that you'll go through. And then each week has a discussion and sometimes 2 activities. Sometimes they'll have a quiz and a submission activity. And they'll always be at the bottom of the course outline. If I go back to this course outline, you'll see they're also there. Discussion forum and reflection activity. Your activities are those little checkbox icons there if you ever wondering what's what there. So once you've gone through everything that you need to, you can go into an activity, and I'll show you now how to submit your activities. So remember to follow the instructions that we've set out for you. Sometimes we even share templates for you to cover. Nothing is compulsory in terms of the templates that we shared with you. They are normally helpful, but the activity itself is what is compulsory. So follow the instructions that we set out, and at the bottom of that lesson, you will see where to submit your exercise. Now, if you are submitting a file like this one is, please make sure it's a PDF format. We can accept Word format, but it is sometimes a bit difficult. Sometimes other people's formats are a bit funny on their computers. So ideally PDF. And if you are struggling with some submissions in that, you have us to contact. Another form of activity submission that can sometimes happen throughout this process is a video. So you have all submitted videos in your applications already, and you will sometimes paste a video link in the space instead. Now, we cannot accept video uploads to an email or accept email submissions because not all the coaches have access to the email submissions. So you have to submit on this system. If you're struggling to do so, you just need to contact us. Okay. And with the video link, we prefer if you use YouTube to paste your link there. So if you are familiar with YouTube, great. If you're not, contact us. I have an article that you could read to just get used to that. But if you have another method to share a video link with us, you can use it. Just make sure we can view it. And that's the key here. Okay. I'm checking the chat function for any questions on the dashboard. I'm not seeing anything. So I think we're good. Okay, fantastic. And that's your dashboard, guys. If you, like I said, if you come up with a question just now, you can always ask in the chat function there. All right, we're all feeling good. Hopefully I was able to cover everything. And if I haven't, I could always share again. Okay, perfect. So before I round up, actually, it would be great to play a little game to see how, if you were listening. So let's test out your knowledge of the startup school already. Okay, so in this game, we're going to use a chat function, and I want everybody to answer a question. Now, let's see who's the fastest, who's the quickest one to answer this question. And I'll have a few here. So before I begin, let's take a big deep breath. Hands on the keyboard. Okay, we're ready. Okay, so the first question is, what time and day are your activities due each week? Oh, Brian, you quick, hey? Straight there. All right, what time and day are the activities due each week? Okay. Okay, Ryan, you were the first one. Congratulations. What do you get? You get to win. Jennifer, not 10. So I could see the confusion there. The confusion is your topic is released to you at 10 a.m. each Monday, while as your activities are due before midnight the following Monday. Okay, exciting. All right, feeling good. Nice. Okay, let's try another one. Let's ask, what reward or opportunity do you get from completing the program? Ryan, you are quick, hey? Do you have a chatbot there or something? Okay, we've got the 100K. Most of you are saying 100K. Then we've got the certificate. Okay, good. All right. Gina, knowledge. I like that. I'm also going to give it to you, Gina. Good. I'm going to actually let this roll because I want to see what other ones we've got. We've got the completion certificate. We've got the 100K. We've got the knowledge. And Quibus wants a cheeseburger too. We'll think about it, Quibus. Okay, Siba, growth. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, amazing. Thanks, guys. All right. Okay, I see you are aware and know what's going on. So amazing. Jared, testing your ideas. That's a good one. Exactly. Practically apply yourself. Okay, amazing, everyone. Thank you for sharing and leaning into that exercise and activity. So that's it actually from me for now. I'll be back if you have any questions for me. But before I go and hand back over to Jared, let's hear a little bit excitement. Let's hear how you're feeling now. I want to hear a I'm ready or woohoo or 100%. Let's go. Let's do this. Put that into the chat. I want to see your mood. Let's do this, Tato. Exactly. Go. Amazing, Epiling. All right. Excited. Perfect. Thanks, guys. And thanks. I was very happy to share this with you. And back to you, Jared.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, everybody is really amped, which is really great. And I'm so glad that we've got the week ahead of us to really get into the first module. So what we're going to do now is just take a few minutes to get you to ask any questions that you may have. And between Tanya and myself, we're going to do our best to answer them. If we haven't managed to do a good job of answering them, you are always welcome to reach out to us straight after this. Remember, as Tanya mentioned, that you can access us super easily. So let's start off with getting a few of the questions. I think we managed to smash through those ones that were already asked. But if you haven't got an answer, do just pop it into the chat again. So use the chat function. That's going to be the easiest for me. If you could pop in any questions you may have at this stage, and let's do our best to answer them.
Jared, I see some questions that I missed earlier after, so I'm just going back to them now. Clivia, you said, how do we get our certificates? We will be uploading them to your dashboard once completing your program. So we'll obviously email you and let you know when all of that is set up and ready. So you have an electronic certificate and you can print it and put it on your wall when if you like. Gina, will there be a bit of feedback or discussion about which stream we should pick? Gina, if you are concerned or confused about which stream, you can definitely chat to us and we can go
Gina,
through
I
that
think that
process with you.
the big thing is just get going on at the start of the program, and I think you will naturally find yourself at that stage in week 9, around about week 9 as to which stream you feel you're going to go into. So don't worry too much about it at this stage. Just get going at the start here, and you will definitely feel much more confident about where you're at that point.
And I think Jared also answered Jessica's question there. So great.
Adelia wants to know more about the application process for the 100K. Okay, well, let me start by saying 100K sounds amazing, doesn't it? Sounds like something you really, really, really could do with. Well, it is a fantastic opportunity, and it is a really, really big perk of the program. However, it is by no means the most important part of this program. And I'll tell you something, that a lot of our best entrepreneurs, those guys that have gone on to have multi-million rand businesses, did not win the 100K. So don't get too obsessed with that. But just so that you know, in order for you to be eligible to apply to enter that competition, you have to complete the program. So that's the very, very first step, is you need to successfully complete the program. You need to commit to what this is all about. You need to do the activities. We need to see that you are engaged, are keen, and are making progress. And then you'll have the opportunity at the end of the program to put together your application. And your application into this competition is almost exactly the same process that you would follow in preparing for pitching to any investor. So essentially, even the competition is gearing you towards real life, real useful stuff. So you could even take your pitch and your plans and your documentation that you create for this competition and go elsewhere if you wanted to with that planning, with that collateral that you would have created, and go on to prepare to pitch to stakeholders and investors. From there, there's a shortlisting process, which is an independent shortlisting process. We have an independent panel of judges who will then look at the submissions, whittle that down to a shortlist, and then that shortlist has the opportunity to present to a new panel of judges from Investec Bank, and that is a virtual pitch on a day. It ends up being about 6 weeks after the program, I think. And from there, a winner is chosen. But again, it is not the most important aspect of the whole program. And we have had people been introduced to stakeholders and investors who have gone on to secure millions in investment as opposed to the 100,000. Just so that you're aware, that 100,000 Rand is a grant fund. It is not equity. So it is quite an exciting number for anybody. I see there's a whole bunch of chat coming through as I've been talking. So let me just quickly go back and see if I can answer them. Okay, so I've done the application process for the 100K. And also, just so that you know, that competition process will also be outlined and given to you in absolute detail towards the end of the program. So don't fear that you will miss out on any of that important information. Okay, on the certificates, is there going to be stated whether one completed with a distinction, merit pass, or like just completed? Okay, but saying it is a certificate of completion. As mentioned before, this program is a hyper practical program. Your activities that you're going to submit will get detailed feedback, but we are never going to say that, oh, look, but saying is a 60% entrepreneur or a 90% entrepreneur. We don't believe that that is the case, okay? You are all 100% entrepreneurs, and what this program is going to help you do is shift the needle from where you are to a higher level, all right? Wherever you are, we will take you further, and that is the point of the program. So your certificate will be a certificate of completion with Investec Bank endorsing it, as well as the University of Cape Town's Graduate School of Business Foundation is also endorsing the certificate of completion. You will definitely get the recording will be available, and all of those details, Cabello, are in your orientation module, as well as in email communications you've received. Tanya's already answered that. Thank you. Arnold says, will we be advised on how to re-register business and what are the requirements and implications when re-registering? Arnold, certainly some of those discussions will come through in the content. I'm interested to understand what re-registering means for you, but we will definitely get into that detail inside of the program. The certificate we're going to get is only for the competition, or can we use it for other opportunities? You certainly can use it for other opportunities. But saying said, do I qualify to compete for funding even if I'm not from SA? You do indeed. As long as you are successful onto this program, you are able to compete. Gina is asking about a business partner. You're the operationally focused one. That's absolutely fine that you're sharing with your partner. We really encourage that. Gina, maybe just pop an email to Tanya so that she has a top of mind that you will be potentially working with somebody else, and she can just go through some of the details of how that can work. We certainly encourage you working with taking the stuff to your team, because that's the thing. Hey, as an entrepreneur, you're going to be building a team. So by all means, share the knowledge. The point of startup school is to make sure that entrepreneurship absolutely flourishes in this country. So you are absolutely encouraged to share widely and bring as many people into the know as you can. Clevia says, what other opportunities can we use the certificate for? Well, the certificate is obviously it's a certificate of completion and something that's really valuable for your CV and for pointing out to potential investors, etc. But I think more importantly is going to be the knowledge and the experience that you've got. The certificate does come with weight because it is backed by Investec Bank, a private bank, an investment bank. It is backed by the Graduate School of Business Foundation. So it's certainly got weight and people will recognize it. It's not a, you won't be able to use it for credits because we're not an accredited program. It's a practical program that you're going through. I hope that makes sense. Quibus, will we be advised and assisted on how to register a business or an NGO? Certainly, Quibus. And it's going to be an important question that you ask. And let me just say that you may want to be wanting to do both. So it's not a difficult process. In fact, it's one of the easiest parts of the whole gig. The challenge is making sure you strategically set this thing up for the best chances of success into the future. So definitely we will be going through that. Cool. Any other questions coming through?
I guess this is a good sign.
Tanya, Mazwe has got a question for you.
Mazwi, you said, how are we going to communicate with our coaches? Mazwi, you can respond and write written comments on your submissions, on your activities. And then there's a tool. Remember where I showed you how to submit your activity? You'll get a notification that your coach has said something to you, and you'll be able to communicate with them there. But if you feel like you have a burning question and you have something to chat to us about, I will be contacting you all on WhatsApp soon. And you could send me a message there and we can chat.
Cool. The most important thing is our coaching model and our coaching structure is extremely well researched and refined. And we try and guide the conversation around what the coaches are going to be engaging with you on. And that's why each activity you do is absolutely critical to the conversation you will have with your coach, so that it's got an objective, it's defined in its context, and it's going to be meaningful for you to take action on. Okay, so it'll be actionable feedback, stuff that you can truly take and use and do immediately. So it's very important that you understand that the coaching is at the point of your engagement with the content. All right, and it's been designed and scaffolded in such a way that it will help you to move forward with your own entrepreneurial, kind of journey, as well as the business's trajectory. Lesejo says, what are the other benefits of becoming an alumni? Fantastic. Okay. So the competition, again, not the most important thing. If you are an alumni, you are then part of the startup school community. And then we're able to share with you a number of opportunities. I think the exciting one is annually from now on, if you've completed the program with us, we open up another competition for our alumni each year. This year, it is up to 500,000, so up to 500,000 in funding is available. Another competition for all alumni. So those are people who finished the program with us. So it's a bigger competition. It's a bigger pool of entrepreneurs competing. That's super exciting. The other thing is that we tapped into a number of networks, okay, including the likes of ShopRite, Mr. Price, some of the bigger investment firms, angel investors. And when those guys come to us, so those companies or those operations or those individuals come to us and say, we're looking for X and Y, we're able to point them to our network. And that network is a strong network of alumni. And there are many of our entrepreneurs who have completed the program with us who have been introduced to the likes of Mr. Price, to the likes of the Foschini Group, to the likes of Angel Investors International, those kinds of things. But again, the network is only as strong as the people in it. And so when you become part of it, you become part of the strength of it. And we look forward to having that network grow and grow and grow. In addition to all these other bits and pieces, you will then have lifelong access to the content of the program. But more importantly, you will also have a profile on the Startup Schools alumni page. And this is a fully searchable page, which allows every other alumni in the network to see who is a fellow alumnus. And they can search you by name and by business. And that program that profile is able to be updated as and when you, as an alumni, feel you need to. I hope that gives you some sense of it. There's also Investec hosts all sorts of really interesting events that are pretty much exclusive for people who are already in their network. And those invites will be coming your way once you are an alumni of the program.
Just to add to that, Jared, I just wanted to mention how, not all of us can win the prize funding, and we all should maybe understand that. But many entrepreneurs that we've had already walk away with this pitching pack almost, where they could still use their knowledge and their own documents that they put together throughout this entire process and the competition to pitch to others as well. So don't hesitate to do something like that and find opportunities elsewhere too.
Cool. Ipilung, I'm just trying to think of some of the bigger names that we have, and there are a few of them. I think the biggest one we have was Simon Hazel, who managed to secure, and I can't remember the number, something silly, a couple of $100 million US for his insect farming business. That's one of them. But then we got Pelissa Malloy from Park Up. You can go and check her out. We've got Stephen Burrow from Softer Shoes, who now supplies school shoes to Mr. Price. We got Soul Shoes as well. They're also supplying to multiple big retailers like Pick and Pay and Ackermans. We have trying to think of Skulk Burger, who is the first person to launch their own bank. So that's interesting. That's making waves now in competition to the likes of Investec, but you'll see his name in the news shortly. Tanya, anybody else we can think of off the top of our head?
I was trying to, sometimes we work with many entrepreneurs, guys. So sorry if we're trying to find the names. Did you mention Tebogo?
No, Tebogo from Salad Lab, who is got a massive operation now. When he came on the course, he had 2 people working for him. He now has just shy of 100 people, and he prepares cut vegetables for all the major supermarkets in South Africa. We could keep on rattling off on a number of really fantastic entrepreneurs, but I can definitely send you some more. Anyone in the luxury industry, Jessica? There are a good few. We have Joy, who I think luxury industry is a difficult one for me to exactly pinpoint. But if you're talking about linen and that sort of thing, we have, I think, probably 20, 30 businesses that are well on their way to turning more than R1 million over in a year. So yeah, definitely in the luxury industry, quite a lot in the textile industries, lots in the retail space, in the fintech space, education sector. Yes, Jennifer. I think the most famous one we've got, and I'm not trying to remember his name, but he just did Code for Kids, which has just got massive funding. I think his name is also Jared, actually. Jared, and he was one of our first entrepreneurs, and now he is running one of the biggest coding schools on the African continent. So yeah, definitely lots and lots of people. So loads and loads of very interesting entrepreneurs. As I say, we've got close to actually more than 3,000 entrepreneurs. For us to remember them all is quite difficult. Yes, clothing industry. Go and check out Udaki. Is one of our more recent clothing guys, t-shirts, doing some really, really fantastic stuff. Gloria, yes, the very first person who won the 100,000 Rand was in fact a biscuit maker. So you can definitely count that we are supporting that part, that industry for sure. E-commerce platforms, e-commerce, definitely. CJ, Shah, loads and loads of e-commerce stuff. Really interesting stuff. It's a fantastic industry. It's super diverse and there's lots of opportunity. I don't know who Zoom user is, but hair and beauty is again. In fact, 2 competitions ago, the winner was in fact somebody who was opening a second salon in Alex. So yes, we are in that industry. Cosmetics for sure. There are lots and lots of. I promise you, we represent almost every single industry. There are often some surprises, but because our model works in such a way that we work with you where you are and what industry you're in, we're able to support everybody in any industry. So we're very, very proud of that fact. All right. I think we have covered quite a lot of ground today. I'm extremely excited by the determination in the room. The very exciting thing for me is I got to see everybody's application. So I am very excited to see where you take your growth from here. And I know it's only going to be upwards. There's going to be difficult times. You're going to have some dark moments. That's nothing easy. Nothing good comes from anything easy. All right. So you've got to work hard. And I really, really would like to encourage you all to give this your best shot. Make use of the support that you're getting. Make use of the fact that you secured a bursary if you have. This is a golden opportunity, and we promise you that you will grow in yourself and in your business. So, Palesa always must change, and you'll learn about how business proposals should never be static. So thank you so much. I want to encourage you to jump straight online now and get going, because the first week is on the move, and that means your first bit of work is ready for you. And this week really is about self-reflection. So take the motivation you may have received today and get into your head and get working on yourself, because you are going to drive your success. You are going to make your own opportunity. So congratulations again. A very warm welcome. And I can't wait to see the success being written all over the walls and all over the sky very, very soon. So have a good week, everybody. And we'll see you online, as they say.